One of the best things that a buy and hold dividend investor can do is to buy stocks when they're cheap. Hey, what's up? I'm Russ, and I have 10 such investment ideas for you that are currently trading below their worst case intrinsic value. But these are just ideas only. We're not going to go very deep, so you're going to have to apply your own appropriate level of due diligence before investing. Of course, remember, this is not financial advice, so now I'm off the hook and I don't have to be held responsible for any of your boneheaded moves. And remember, if I'm going too fast, you can always pause the video and take a look at more in depth of what I'm showing you, big goof. Now, before we get going, make sure that you always are reading the annual report before you make an investment decision. Head to Google, type in USB annual report, which is our first company. It'll be somewhere near the top under their investor relations. And then right there, just as easy as that, 2021 annual report, go ahead and click on it. And inside the annual report is going to be everything you need to know about the company in order to make an informed investment decision. And if at any point while you're looking through the annual report, it seems confusing or you don't understand the business, then that's telling you it's well outside your circle of competence and it would probably serve you best to just fold it up and move on to the next investment idea. So yeah, US Bank Corp, ticker USB, is a financial services company that offers a wide range of services such as checking and savings accounts, credit cards, loans, mortgages, investment products, and more. They're like a one-stop shop for all your banking needs, and they have branches across the United States. So Simply Safe Dividends gives US Bank Corp a dividend safety score of 55, borderline safe, current yield of 4.11%. They cut that dividend in the last great financial collapse, 20-year CAGR of only 4%, but they have been growing that dividend for 11 years, currently paying $1.92 annually, and US Bank Corp's dividend yield is currently 32% above the 5-year average. And they have been buying back shares, currently at 1.49 billion outstanding. And AlphaSpread.com gives US Bank Corp an intrinsic value of $69, which is 33% undervalued. And one thing about intrinsic values as we look at these, remember, it's just a range. It's like knowing somebody needs to lose weight without knowing exactly how much they weigh, so it is not an exact number, but they say it's about 33% undervalued, and we look at the worst case, $49.50, so about 6% undervalued. In the number 9 spot, Whirlpool, ticker WHR, is a company that makes all sorts of appliances for your homes, like refrigerators, ovens, and washing machines, and is one of the largest appliance manufacturers in the world, and has a good reputation for producing quality and reliable products, and was founded way back in 1911. Simply Safe gives Whirlpool a safety score of 70 with a dividend yield of 4.52%, 7% 20-year CAGR, not too bad. They have an 11-year dividend growth streak, currently paying $7 per share every year, and they're about to get ready for a dividend raise coming up. And their current yield is 39% above the 5-year average. And Whirlpool's down to 58 million shares, so check it out. They buy back those shares pretty frequently. Alpha Spread has a base case intrinsic value of $226, so it's about 32% undervalued. And the worst case, $173, so about 11% undervalued. Number 8, Bank Ozark, ticker OZK, formerly Bank of the Ozarks, is a financial services company that provides commercial and personal banking services to customers across the United States and offers a wide range of services such as personal and business banking. They have a strong presence in the southeast region of the United States and are known for offering a high level of customer service. Simply Safe gives them a borderline safety score of 50, current dividend 3.32%. Bank Ozark has a 24-year dividend growth streak, but check it out, on January 3rd of 2023, they raised their dividend 3%, which is their 50th consecutive quarterly increase. They're trying to be the realty income of the regional banks. And they're currently now paying $1.36 every year until they raise it in the next quarter. And their dividend yield is 9% above the 5-year average. But they have been diluting shareholders just a little bit, and they did reduce their share count from 130 million to 123 million in the last 12 months. Alpha Spread gives Bank Ozark an intrinsic value of $61, about 34% undervalued, and the worst case, $47, making Bank Ozark about 13% undervalued. Number 7, the Toronto Dominion Bank, ticker TDA, is a financial services company that provides banking, investment, and insurance products and services to individuals and businesses. Hey, they're like the money managers and provide various services such as checking and savings accounts, credit cards, loans, mortgages, and investment products. The fine folks at Simply Safe Dividends give an 80 dividend safety score of safe to TD with a dividend yield of 4.46%. Now they have 12 years of dividend growth and a 20-year CAGR of 10%, but check that out. They have an uninterrupted dividend streak of 166 years, currently paying $2.86 a share every year, and that dividend yield is currently 15% above their 5-year average. And they don't really buy back too many shares, currently at 1.81 billion shares. It's been flattish. Here comes TD on alpha spread, $96 base case intrinsic valuation, and the worst case intrinsic valuation, $77, so about 17% undervalued. Number 6, Stanley Black & Decker, ticker SWK. They're a company that makes all sorts of tools for construction and DIY projects. They're like the tool wizards, offering a wide range of product lines, which include power tools, security solutions, and engineered fastening systems, and they were founded right way back in 1843. Simply Safe Dividends gives them a safety score of 90, very safe. Now that's been a little bit debatable here in the community. Current dividend yield 3.81%, 20-year CAGR of 6%. They have a 54-year dividend growth streak. They are a dividend king, and they have paid uninterrupted dividends for 145 years. Now they're paying you $3.20 a year, and that dividend yield is 109% above their 5-year average. Just to reiterate, they have a negative 20% free cash flow payout ratio because their free cash flow per share has dropped a little bit. So a little bit of concern with Stanley Black & Decker and some of their inventory issues. And they have 160 million shares outstanding. But Alpha Spread gives them a base case of $122, 32% undervalued. But the worst case, looking for a nice margin of safety here, we got $100, so about 17% undervalued as well for Stanley Black & Decker. Number 5, Tyson Foods, ticker TSN, is a company that makes and sells all sorts of food, but they're especially famous for their meats like chicken, beef, and pork. You know, they're like the meat masters, always coming up with new and delicious ways to prepare and serve these foods to feed people everywhere. And they're one of the biggest food companies in the world, so you've probably eaten something from Tyson without even knowing it. They get the highest rating of 99 dividend safety score on Simply Safe Dividends with a yield of 2.93% currently. They have a 10-year dividend growth streak and a very fast CAGR of 13% over the last 20 years. Currently paying $1.92 per share is Tyson Foods, and their current dividend yield is 32% above their 5-year average. Do be aware their free cash flow payout ratio is at 83%, so it's a little bit high, and they do have 363 million shares outstanding. And Alpha Spread gives old Tyson Foods a base case valuation of $106, but the worst case valuation, $83.26, so it's about 21% undervalued. Number 4, Walgreens Boots Alliance, ticker WBA, is a global health and well-being company that operates one of the largest retail pharmacy chains in the world. Now they provide customers with convenient and accessible healthcare services, whether it be filling prescriptions, buying personal care products, or getting a flu shot. Think of them as your personal health concierge. They also have a wide range of products and services from vitamins to cosmetics to health screening to health information, making it easier for you to find what you need to maintain your well-being under one roof. Simply Safe gives WBA a dividend safety score of 79 and a dividend yield nicely at 5.23%, but a little bit of slow growth going on. 47-year growth streak as they work toward being being a dividend king, but 91 years of never missing a dividend payment. And they're currently paying $1.92 per share per year. And that current yield is 41% above their 5-year average. So Alpha Spread gives Walgreens Boots Alliance an intrinsic value base case of $63, about 42% undervalued, but the worst case, $50. So Walgreens, according to Alpha Spread, is about 28% undervalued in a worst case scenario. Number 3, VF Corporation, ticker VFC, is a company that makes all sorts of clothes and shoes, and they have a bunch of different families of brands like the North Face, Vans, and Timberland, and Wrangler for all you folks who love your jeans. Now, Simply Safe still has a rating of 80, which is safe. Dividend yield 6.81%, which is pretty high. They just became a dividend king, hitting that 50 years of dividend growth, an 11% 20-year CAGR, currently paying $2.04 per share per year. That yield, though, 175% above their 5-year average. But look out below, because that free cash flow payout ratio is negative 492%, so they have some issues, and a dividend cut may be on the horizon, but their shares outstanding still coming down, and they're at 389 million. But if you're a believer in VF Corp and you think that they're gonna make it and pull it through, their current intrinsic value is $57 in the base case, and the worst case $45, so they're about 34% undervalued. Number 2, Telephone and Data Systems, ticker TDS. They're a company that helps people stay connected. They have 2 main sidekicks to help them do that, which is US Cellular and TDS Telecommunications, and they're doing that by helping people stay connected with phone and internet services in rural and suburban areas. Together, they make sure everyone has a reliable way to stay in touch with loved ones and stay connected with the world around them. Popping TDS on is Simply Safe. We see they got a dividend safety score of 49, dividend yield of 6.23%. Now, they have 47 years of dividend growth, so that's quite a lengthy streak. Currently paying 72 cents per share per year. Their dividend yield is 102% above the 5-year average. Their payout ratio is 14%. They've had some issues with free cash flow, but they may have turned that around, it looks like. But they are diluting shareholders a bit, and they are up to 115 million shares outstanding. Telephone and Data Systems from Alpha Spread gets an intrinsic valuation of $26 on the base case, $21 on the worst case, so they're about 47% undervalued. And number 1, Lincoln National Corporation, ticker LNC. They're a company that helps people with their money and insurance, and they have all sorts of products to help you save for the future, like 401k plans, mutual funds, and they also provide insurance in case something unexpected happens. So think of them as the financial superhero that's there to help you plan for a bright future and keep you protected. Simply Safe gives Lincoln National a dividend safety score of 60, a current yield of 5.72%, 12-year dividend growth streak when they cut it during the GFC, but everybody was cutting it in the financial space. $1.80 payout, so they need to be raising that dividend soon to keep that streak going. And Lincoln National's dividend is currently 114% above the 5-year average, but they've been buying back shares like mad people, down to 174 million shares outstanding. And Lincoln National gets a base case of $88.71 and a worst case scenario intrinsic value 50% below at $62.08. We gotta know, if you invest in any of these companies, and I just started investing in one of these companies, and you could find out which one it was in the little floating box next to my head, and to do it, I sold some pretty popular dividend growth companies to do that, so you can find out why in this little box here. If you click that, I will talk to you there.